Hey everybody, I am back with another video. I have my good friend Boris here.
Hey, what's up?
So I know Boris. He used to be a coworker of mine, and then he became a trader and left. But if you've seen any of my earlier videos, you'll know who Boris is, and so I'm really happy to have him with me. So Boris, what are we going to be making today?
We are going to be making salmon Brazilian fish stew.
Okay, and so this is going to be a Brazilian recipe, and if I'm not mistaken, it's pronounced Moqueca is the pronunciation, and I believe that's the rough translation of stew. So, and I haven't done any seafood recipes yet, so this could be a first seafood one since I began doing this. So I will bring it in for all the ingredients that we're going to be going over, and as always, the full recipe is going to be in the description of the video.
Alright, here's all the ingredients we're going to be using. Starting off, we're going to use some paprika, some cumin, black pepper, kosher salt, regular coconut milk, not the light coconut milk. Here's our salmon we're going to be using, some fresh cilantro, a couple tomatoes, I'm going to use a lot of garlic, a couple of yellow onions, and since we're not using chopped, I can't buy the pre-chopped ones, so I'll be cutting some sliced ones here in a bit. I got a green bell pepper, some extra virgin olive oil, and then some fresh lime juice. Alright, we're going to go ahead and mince up all your garlic. Okay, once you have your garlic minced, you're going to put it all in a large Ziploc bag. Alright, we're cutting up our salmon now. As you can see, I'm cutting them up into strips right now. Once you have them all into strips, you'll be able to cut them into bite-sized pieces. You want to get about 2-inch size pieces. You want them to be pretty generous size, like so. Do that with the rest of them and place that all in your Ziploc bag. Alright, I have my salmon in the Ziploc bag with the garlic, and here's all my seasonings that's measured out already, along with the fresh lime juice. And so you're just going to add both of these into your Ziploc bag. Close your Ziploc bag up. Give it a good shaking. Make sure you coat everything well. And then what you're going to do is you're going to refrigerate this so it can marinate for 2 hours.
Awesome. First thing we want to do is coat the bottom of that pan with a little bit of olive oil.
I hate to break it to you, Boris, but this is a pot here.
Yeah, pan pie. It's alright. Same different. Cook it all the same. See, you use measuring spoons. I usually go off the head, I try to be like Bobby Flay.
Oh, nice.
There we go. It's looking good.
Okay.
Alright, next you want to take one of your knives. You want to get that tomato. Slice off the top a little bit. Kind of get that out of there. Then boom. Now, normally I try to do them thin and even, but my cutting skills ain't what they used to be.
Boris, did you ever have cutting skills?
I used to be like a samurai. I'd be like,
oh wow.
Cut the back of there a little bit. There we go.
Alright, perfect.
Alright, got your sliced up tomatoes. You kind of want to layer them at the bottom there. Yeah, looking good.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and begin slicing our onions. Normally I would buy these pre-chopped, but I want to get the recipe calls for sliced onions. So I'm gonna have to cry for a little bit and slice these onions here. So here you want to get all your onion pieces into uniform slices, and then you're gonna layer the pot with the onions.
All right, bell pepper time. Ooh, that just came out so easy. All right. Now, go ahead and cut this. Ooh. Pretty much got the membrane out in one cut. That's actually easy. Cleaned up just a little bit more. Looks good to me. All right, we're gonna try to cut these in strips now.
And Boris, where did you learn this recipe from?
I actually learned it from one of our old co-workers, Oscar, who also betrayed us. Well, betrayed you, I guess, and left.
Ah, you passed the test, Boris. He told me to ask you while we're filming where you learned this recipe from.
I actually learned it from Oscar, and you know what? I think he got it from his wife, so he kind of failed and didn't give her credit. So.
Oh, Oscar, you betrayed us and you lied. How dare you?
Right. So we're only going to take about half of this and layer it in there. So go ahead and drop that around. Make it look kind of pretty. Boom. I'm going to put one more. Just right there. All right. Got the salmon right here. Ooh. Smells good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Going ahead and we're going to put that all on top now. Got to make sure you get everything out of that bag.
Right.
You know, all of it. There we go. All right. Now that we got that, we're gonna make our next layer.
Gonna do tomatoes.
Spread those around. Looking good, looking good. All right, so some onions.
More onions.
Ooh. Yeah, buddy. All right.
And then finally the other half of the bell pepper.
Sprinkle that in there. Like Salt Bay.
Like what?
Salt Bay. You ain't never heard of Salt Bay?
Oh, Boris, you just lost all your coolness right there. Are you a subscriber to Salt Bay, Boris?
I'm not. He can't cook. I think he can cook, but he just kind of takes it a little bit too far sometimes.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mince up this fresh cilantro here. But okay, we're gonna just start mincing this, and we only need about a cup of this. Okay, I got it all minced up, and we're gonna use a cup's worth, and I'm going to use just half of this, and you're gonna put this on top of all your veggies and your salmon.
All right, gotta get the salt and pepper on there. I'm gonna give me one of these right here.
Yeah,
that's looking good.
The video I did the what was it? I forget. Oh, it was Quincy. It was the last one I did, the chicken adobo. My boy Quincy was giving me grief for that, but I like it. I think it's helpful.
Got the salt and pepper on there. Now we gotta open this up. Ooh, coconut milk. You know what? This stuff always scares me because I always look at it and I'm like, man, it's chunky, it's old, but it's not.
Right.
All right, got that all in there. Now it says several tablespoons of olive oil. You know, so just drizzle that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's looking pretty good.
Right.
Boom.
All right, you're gonna set your pot onto your stove at a high heat, and you want to bring it to a boil. All right, what you're wanting to do is bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you want to cover it and set the heat to low, and you're gonna simmer for 30 minutes. All right, it's been cooking for 30 minutes, so it is ready to plate up. All right, there we have it. It is all plated up. So I'm gonna get Boris some here, and we're gonna give it a try and see how it tastes.
All right, we will give this a shot then.
I don't know to use a fork and spoon now.
Yeah, we'll figure.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna, because it's a stew. Stew, you know, usually equates to using a spoon. So I'm gonna start off by using a spoon and see here. Okay, that's good.
Like that flavor.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flavor, for sure.
And then the salmon is just so like tender, like it
Yeah.
just melts in your mouth.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I love it.
And you know what? I don't even taste the onion.
Look at that, everybody. Boris hates onions, and he initially was like, no, don't make it with the onions. And it was so good that he was like, these onions are amazing, right?
Yeah, I was like, it's really good.
Okay, so let's talk what we would do differently and what you might add. For sure, what I would do is I would saute the veggies. I don't know about the tomatoes, but I would saute the onions and the bell pepper for sure in some olive oil. Do everything else the same, but I would saute those veggies to make them more soft and maybe even caramelize them as well. I think I might add some mushrooms to this as well. But other than that, I think it's a really good dish by itself. And I think you said you would do rice too, Boris?
Mm-hmm. So I was like, ooh, Oscar said add rice. And so I end up making, just some jasmine rice. Put that in my little rice cooker, which you need a rice cooker.
I need a rice cooker.
And after that, it was just, I felt that hardiness to it. It was good. Like, I like the way the rice just soaks up the flavor. And then when I like to keep my rice in the stew separate, because if you leave that rice in that pot, that rice will just soak up all that juice, and so you're not even really having a stew anymore, which is still good. It's just, I like my liquid. When I've got stew, there's got to be a liquid in there.
Right, for sure. Absolutely, I agree with that. Okay, that is it, everybody. I will see you for the next one. I hope you enjoy this recipe. If you do try it, let me know down in the comments what you thought of it and any additions or anything you would modify with this particular recipe. But thank you for being here, Boris.
Oh yeah, anytime. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
I was thinking we could go ahead and do that, the Predator? That
famous
thing.
No, Boris. Wow. But y'all take care. You don't got no guns for that, boy. Look at that. Y'all take care. I will see you on the next one.
Later, y'all.
Okay, Boris. I have a surprise for you, Boris.
I don't like surprises.
I have a surprise for you. So, Boris, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a bit of a time traveler. And so I traveled into the future, and I got some YouTube user comments for this video. Actually, they actually sent them to me. So I already have them here prepared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I already have them prepared for this. So. All right. Here we go, Boris. There's only a couple of them.
I feel like I should just eat this stew, though.
No. You need to hear these, Boris. These are people who already know who you are, and they had some questions. They had some questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Is it true that you were locked in a meat locker with a questionable man while dressed as the Riddler?
No, not true. That story has been rolled out of proportion by a man who I will not mention, but I will mention Freddie.
Okay.
And so basically what happened was...
Usually whenever it starts with basically what happened,
that means it's a true story.
It's a bad start, but okay, go ahead.
So it was, we were at work actually, and it was Halloween. And sure enough, everybody was like, oh yeah, we're going to dress up for Halloween. We're going to dress up. Nobody dresses up, but guess who does? I do.
That's right.
As the Riddler. And so I was like, okay, well, it's cool. I still look good. But then I realized I had forgot my computer. So I had to meet my significant other to get my computer, my wife. And once I got my computer, there ended up being a tornado warning. And we had met at a convenience store. And so during that tornado warning, I was like, well, it's tornado warning. I don't know where this tornado is. We need to go. The only place I can think of is inside the convenience store. And I told the clerk, hey, we need to get everybody into the locker in the back, which is not a meat locker, but an ice locker, where they keep beer and everything cool. And so we went in there and we outwaited the tornado. Sure enough, everybody was looking for me. I get back to work, tell my story, and somehow it gets changed into a meat locker with a questionable man.
So he's not a questionable man?
No, it was not a meat locker, and he was not a questionable man.
Okay, so
and there was witnesses.
Second part of the surprise, Boris. So there's only 2 gas stations near our job. So I went to both of them to track down this man. And so I have him here. I'm gonna go get him now.
This guy. Who's in here? He had me feeling like it was what was I forget that word? They like Mars, where they're like, you are the father. I was like, who is that Yeah.
Yeah.
This ain't Jerry.
Right. Okay. So I was kidding on that last part, boy.
I didn't like my face reaction.
Yeah,
I don't know who you bring it up.
Right. And finally, is it true that you believe Bad Boys 2 is the greatest movie ever made?
Hands down, it is one of the best movies ever. Can't nobody arguably deny that fact. Will Smith, killed it. Then you got Martin Lawrence in there, killed it. Funniest movie ever.
All right, and I don't know if we can take any of Boris's suggestions serious anymore now, everybody. So I apologize for that. That there.